Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Halton Hills housing update. So a lot to cover today, including September's crazy numbers, so let's have a look. So in September of 2020, when we thought we were in the peak of this, we sold 121 units, which is a great number for a month in Halton Hills. It was actually so busy last fall. In September of 2021, we are down 28% to 88 units. So the story of this year has definitely been that our units have been down. We just don't have the same kind of inventory that we had last year, so no surprise to see inventory down. The real story this month is the average price point. I have been talking about how I feel like we're in the craziest market, how things are going insane again, and how overall our listing prices have raised up. So we're not seeing huge 400,000 plus over askings, but everything is just more expensive. So in September of 2020, our average price was $938,970. We are up 34% to $1.265 million. $1,265,954. That is ridiculous. So our average price for a house now is over $1.2 million in the last 30 days. So something really interesting. So we had 88 units that sold. 53 of those units, so like way more than half, got over 1 million, and 7 of them got over 2 million. So this is just pulling that price point up. I mean, we have a lot of stuff transacting still under that million plus, but when more than half are getting over 1 million and then 7 of those are over 2 million, like that's just pulling everything. And so this is a shocking number. We saw it sort of slow down in the summer and the gap was getting smaller, but we are right back to over 30% year over year increase, which I cannot believe because last September we thought we were getting such big prices. Oh God, to go back. If I had known. Anyways, so now looking at what happened last week and our overall inventory. So Georgetown last week had 15 properties sell. Here's a discouraging stat for buyers. All of them sold over asking. So that means every single property that listed in Georgetown and got offers this week sold over asking. That's crazy. The good news though, so like discouraging news followed by good news, is we had 26 new listings in Georgetown. That is a huge number for a week in Georgetown. Like in a regular market, that's a big number. So hopefully in October, if that number can like maintain, we will maybe feel some inventory increase in Georgetown. In Acton this week, 5 sold, 4 of them over asking. They did have 4 new listings there, so nothing wild happening, but still lots of activity. Glen Williams this week had no sales and 2 new listings. Limehouse had 1 sale and no new listings. And the rural market for the second week in a row had 3 sales. And this just shows that in town is struggling because the rural market to have basically 6 sales in the last 2 weeks is quite a lot. So it just shows people are starting to branch out from town again because there's nothing to choose from. There were 3 new listings in the rural market, so that is good news. So now looking at active inventory, yay, we are up at 60 from 53. So we're in that 60 range. We need to be over 100 to feel any kind of calmness, but 60 is going in the right direction. Georgetown this week saw the biggest jump. So we had 21 listings last week. It is up to 31 active listings this week, which is a really big jump week to week, but still 31 is not even close to enough. Looking at our Georgetown price points, under 700,000 is up slightly to 3. Those are all condo or condo townhomes. 7 to 800,000 is also up slightly to 3. 800 to $1 million took a big jump this week up to 8 active listings. Still very low for like our very busy price points, but the also funny thing is we are back in the realm of if you list your house 800 to $1 million, chances of it going over $1 million are pretty high. So those 8 properties, it'll be interesting to see what happens with those this week. And a good number that jumped this week is our $1 million plus. So we have 17 active listings there from 12. So overall, Good news in Georgetown in terms of inventory. The problem is when 15 of them sold over asking, chances are the 31 that we're seeing, majority of those are going to be bought up by next week. So we just need to keep that high new inventory number coming every single week. So now looking at Acton, inventory is down slightly to 5 active listings from 6. Glen Williams is up to 4 active listings from 2. That's a big jump for the Glen. 1 is sold conditional, and then you have to be starting at 1.5 million after that. So lots of higher ticket stuff there. Speaking of higher ticket, Limehouse is down to 2 active listings, but they start at $2 million, so even higher ticket. So the rural market this week, we are down to 18 active listings. Like I've said, we've seen a lot of sales. We also saw a couple properties terminate last week, which is interesting. Again, when it's the end of the month, it usually expires and we see some come off the market. So we're down to only 18. It starts at almost 1.4 million in the rural market. Overall, Georgetown numbers being up this week is sort of promising. I am not hopeful that those properties won't sell and move. I mean, a lot of the 15 that sold this week, I think like 7 or 8 of them were listed in that same period. So a lot of stuff moving, but Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night are the most, or when typically offer nights are. And so we're still lagging on seeing some of the sales. I report them the following week. So I am completely blown away with where our average price point is sitting right now at 1.265 million. That's crazy, but it's not surprising based on what we've been seeing. I mean, every single house in Georgetown South, even the semis, are pushing $1 million, and everything is just selling. Like, that is such a hot pocket. And so I'm hopeful that in October we will see some inventory continuing to come on the market. When these houses transact, they usually have a sale on the other end. So hopefully those are happening within town and within Halton Hills, and we can get some new listings on the market. Sorry I'm rambling today. I'm still just sort of in shock at where the numbers came out. Feeling sort of optimistic, but again, lots of bidding wars, and there's still just so many buyers. So a great time, I said this last September and October, great time to be selling your house and capitalizing on this market. But I mean, it can't stay like this forever. So now really is a great time to be selling your house and capitalizing on this market. So I'll be back next Tuesday to see how October starts off. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend, and I'll be back next week. Have a great week, everyone.